It will go to Mr. Roberti first. What legislation would you support to bring back manufacturing to the cities of the 5th Congressional District?
This is such an important question, especially for this district, which has the cities of Torrington and Waterbury and Meriden and Danbury, which are all industrial-based cities. First and foremost, we need to strengthen our Buy American laws, which have been gutted over the last few decades. We need to make sure that we are penalizing major corporations that are shipping jobs overseas and rewarding those small businesses, manufacturing businesses, machinists that are making an effort to invest here in their communities and keep American workers going. We also need to make sure that we focus on the technologies of the future. A lot of the old manufacturing isn't coming back, but we are going to have major opportunities in the energy fields and other growing industries to create new types of manufacturing jobs, and we need to support that at all levels. It's why I put together a very comprehensive jobs plan that goes into a lot more detail than we have time to do here today. Please look at it on my website at danroberti.com and go to the jobs tab, and feel free to ask any other questions about it. But we have to restore American manufacturing and become the leader in manufacturing that made us into such a great country to be around.
Okay, Ms. Fiske.
Manufacturing is near and dear to my heart. I'm the granddaughter of an engineer who started a little manufacturing company in Decorah, Iowa in the 1940s, making dimmer switches for headlights for Detroit a long time ago. And that little company, like many in Northwest Connecticut, is chugging along, and it's seen the challenges of losing business to low wage and low labor protection countries, first to Mexico, and then to Korea, and then to China. But you know what? I know in that company, as well as in companies all up and down the valley, those jobs can and are coming back, because American workers are the best in the world, our productivity is the best in the world, and our innovation is the best in the world. So what we need in Congress is we need someone who can be a powerful, effective voice for stopping the tax laws that have provided incentives and rewarded companies for shipping jobs overseas. We need to have a level playing field. That involves stopping China from currency manipulation. That involves enforcing our trade laws to make sure companies cannot get rewarded for using underage labor, slave labor, that they have to follow fair environmental standards and health and safety standards. And frankly, we've seen that in the last couple of months. We've seen that with the charges against Apple Computer by not following those standards in other countries. We also need to make sure that we are reinvigorating education in this country. I have made this a centerpiece of my efforts in this district, meeting with manufacturers and folks in the technical schools and community colleges. We're beginning to make a renewed effort in this district, but we need to do more, because you know what? Manufacturing jobs produce more other jobs. They have a multiplier effect of 3 to 4 additional jobs for every manufacturing job created. That is one of the most effective ways to restore the middle class in this country and to reclaim the innovation that has made this country great. We are the home of Eli Whitney. We are a country of tinkerers and people who learn by doing. The country of Steve Jobs, the country of Bill Gates. Men I will note who dropped out of school because they weren't book learners. So I want to see us reinvigorate hands-on learning, apprenticeship programs, training programs, to train our young people and to retrain older workers who have lost jobs to outsourcing, so that they can get back in the game, they can feed their families, they can have these good, strong, middle-class jobs. I know we can do it. I've seen it in companies across the 5th District, but we need voices in Washington, bipartisan caucus, manufacturing caucus in this country to get back to bringing these jobs back to America.
Okay, Mr. Donovan.
Thank you. I certainly believe in community, and as I say about my run for Congress, I believe in treating everybody with fairness, dignity, respect. And on many of the issues we talk about, it falls into those 3 words. Are we treating people with fairness, with dignity, and respect? And I think when you talk about jobs and manufacturing, it fits right into that. Let me face it. There's a manufacturing business in my town, Joan Labs. They've been around for a long time. The owner is a nice guy. And they manufacture gaskets of various types. his business is doing pretty good. A lot of it is dealing with aerospace and a lot of government contracts as well. Well, this past October, we all remember what happened around Halloween. He was knocked out for a week. No electricity for a week in his shop. He couldn't get the product out. But he knew he had employees that worked by the hour, and they weren't working for that week. So the question is, as an employer, does he say, sorry, you didn't work, no pay? Or do you have a sense of community, fairness, dignity, and respect? Well, Mark does. So he called all the workers in and say, you know what, you were out a week, you didn't work. But I can't cut your pay. We need to get this job done this week. Now, electricity's back on. I need you to work hard, but I'm gonna pay you for last week. He paid them. 4 weeks, they didn't work. Because he understood fairness, dignity, respect. He understood the contract between the workers and his business. And they are loyal workers. They are loyal workers. I spend time there. So that's what we need to kind of reinvigorate in America, that connection between businesses and the community. And we can offer so much. As Nantucket Community College has a plan. They talk to manufacturers. Come into our college. Show us what you need in terms of skills for your workers. And we will help you write the curriculum. We will help you write the curriculum. And we will train those workers. The workers, the students who come, take that course, they have a job when they get out. Businesses are thrilled. They finally have an education system that is listening to what they need. We passed a jobs bill, a bipartisan jobs bill this last fall, working with our governor and Republicans. And we said, let's work on this. And we said, let's take that as Nantucket experience and move that out across the state and really revitalize that. We need to do that across the country. But say to businesses, as our president said, if you want to be our friend, if you want to stay here in America and invest in America, we will be your best friend. We will have tax breaks for you. We will have trainings for you. But you keep your jobs here. You keep your profits here. You know, I was disturbed when I read about some of the big corporations that take their profits overseas and they don't pay taxes on it. They're not, that's not fair. That's not fair. And some of these companies not only getting they're getting tax breaks. I know one company that takes its profits overseas and then they get clean energy grants to put up solar panels on their buildings. That's not fair. That's not really a good contract. So we need to say to businesses, let's work this out together. United Technologies, you're building engines for our jets, that's great. Keep the jobs here. We'll work with you. We'll help you. We'll train you. Do we need more engineers? Yes, we do. Let's make sure our colleges or state universities are training people to be engineers to take on these new exciting jobs out there. We passed a bill, I just read about it today, read about it in the paper, Jackson Labs. This is a brand new technology. It's not manufacturing in terms of one type of manufacturing, but it's human manufacturing in some sense of looking at your genes, creating solutions to age-old diseases. They're looking at ways of preventing diabetes or ways of preventing some cancers. It's very exciting. We are investing, the state, in cooperation with a company, Jackson Labs, to create a new world of technology and training. And guess what? Jackson Labs is rated 11th in the country for the way it treats its workers. So it's that combination of creating jobs, treating workers right. Workers making a decent wage, decent benefits, and being loyal to their company, and also helping grow. So there's lots of different things to do. We've done it, and I'll look forward to working on it as well.
Mr. Roberti, anything further on this?
Well, I could go on for a long time about jobs in manufacturing, because it is how we're gonna need to move our country forward. And we think that encouraging our people who are getting great quality educations here at the PhD level to not get sucked up by a multinational corporation and sent overseas to create jobs out there, but to encourage them to actually create their own companies here. So it's one reason why I have a major focus on encouraging entrepreneurship, offering seed money, entrepreneur programs, and programs for mentorship, so that we can have the job creators stay here locally in this community and let our small businesses grow. And I'll leave you with this, 64% of job creation in the last 15 years has come from startup companies.